Oh my G hacks, it's Phreak, oh my god, and we've got an audio commentary. It's Orc versus the dreaded Beastmaster, and like I said in the previous commentary, there's not a whole lot the Orc can do, and that's pretty much true. I make an entire total of 2 different units this game. The reason for that is so that I can actually deal with archers and dots, and then I can actually deal with the summons. If you get Katas at all, you're pretty much going to get owned by an archer kind of thing, because archers will own Shaman and it will own Katas. And you pretty much just have to do this kind of unit choice that I do. It just kind of works, and you just have to, keep working at it till you kind of get it to work. You can see this game is actually very close. It's a very good game. And it should be fun to look at, and you should probably learn a lot from it. I know I kind of did. Actually know something to think about next time I go up against the Beastmaster. Remember, 20 seconds, 1x speed. Flag of War on, my point of view, faer.dive. And so what happens... Or let's see, let's go over 116 because I can. And so 116 I think is a very good patch. The rifleman nerf is nice. Everything's pretty much good. I think all of them are pretty good changes. Destroyers are at some points way overpowered, at some points way underpowered. Like, they don't last very long, but when they do, they still rip stuff up. It's still hard for Orc to do anything against Destroyers if they're not ready. Whereas if Undead's not ready for, I don't know, Wind Riders, at least they can make some towers. But, there's not a whole lot you can do about that, since Orc really doesn't have any ground-based anti-air. Chims own ground very hard. You'd have to look out for that as well. That's something with Orc, you have to scout the most out of every race, because, HH do not do anything against air. They just don't really work unless you're going against Hippo Riders. And so, when you're Orc, you just have to constantly send out a wolf towards your opponent's main, and make sure that they're not pulling out some kind of crazy air or something random like that. You have to make sure you're ready for it, because otherwise you're gonna pay for it. Because they're slow and you'll get picked off, and you're gonna have to burn through TPs, or at the very least speed scrolls, and that still costs money. It's one less speed scroll. But anyway, let's go ahead and just sort of unpause it. I think 116 is cool. Yeah, unpause. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. So I'm doing my go-to tactic of selecting all the peons and then spamming the E key so that they return gold, and that'll bring them back up to their normal speed, rather than oh, that's funny, they're actually not moving slower than they normally would, but whatever. Alright, but it's fun for okay, anyway. So that was a really random thought, so never mind on that. So anyway, getting the Altar Burrows, standard build. Now I guess you could say build order that I use for pretty much every matchup except human on 2 rivers is going to be the build you're going to be seeing here. It's Altar Burrow. You go up to 17 food, including the hero, and then you tech, build a Rax, and then a burrow, and then another burrow, and then a Voodoo Lounge, and then you start pumping out grunts. And in the case of versus Elf on a non-tavern map, or if you already see that they're not going Beastmaster, then you put in the War Mill, pretty early as well, so you can make Katas. And yeah, your gold's gonna be a little tight, but you're gonna need those fast catapults and the fast second hero to do well against Huntresses. You really need the you really need the catapults. Otherwise, you're gonna have to rely on some kind of miracle. As you're gonna see, this is pretty much what I do early game. Is that I have to rely on some kind of miracle. This is why the Beastmaster owns, is because Orc cannot touch Night Elf early game. Period. Not only do they have Huntresses, but they have the Beastmaster. And you can't hurt either. So that's when Night Elf House expands. When they get, a few Huntresses out and they get that Beastmaster, then they put up the Expo far away from the Orc main so they can't see it. And then you're just set for the rest of the game. If they ever try to sort of attack it, you can flank them very easily. You'll win the fight, so they have to run away or TP or whatever. If they attack your main, doesn't matter, because you can, fight them off with trees and then your army. So there's nothing really Orc can do against Night Elf until they get catapults. Now, just as a random note of information, this game, right here, is actually part of a 3-game set I played with this guy, Beasamasta 15. And, it was first game on Plunder Isle, and I wasn't ready for Chims, and I got owned by Chims, or Chimes, I guess is the correct sort of thing. And then I played this game, and then the 3rd game comes out with the same kind of matchup, but it's on 2 rivers. It's kind of the same as the Plunder Isle game, and that's a pretty good game as well. So you may see those up as replays, or you may just sort of see them as audios, who knows. But anyway, right now I'm focusing on the Quill Beast because I know I can't really hurt his Beastmaster. No, I'm going to note something on that a little bit later, but right now I'm going to talk about sort of focusing Quillbeasts because they have low hit points and they're medium armor, which makes the wolves deal more damage, and that's going to delay his creeping. Now, unfortunately, I get bitch slapped by a wisp, but I get lucky. So right now I think he's actually got quite a bit of lag in this game. I don't know, he didn't really say anything about it, but whatever. So he may have mass lag, who knows. But I'm going to come after this Quillbeast, and he's not going to micro back in time, so my 50 EXP goes up to 80. And I'm like, okay, sweet. So I've already killed 2 wisps, forced 2 detonates, and now I've killed a, this noob. So I'm in pretty good shape, I think, So, I'm just kind of hitting the Quillbeast. I try to get a creep kill. I don't come in there quite in time, so I'm going to run around, try not to get killed by his army, because that's his free experience. But, of course, as the noob I am, I get killed by his army. But, whatever. You can only do so much. If you're a noob like me, it's considerably less than someone who's actually good, but whatever. So anyway, I realized I'm going to go creep. I've got this one grunt out pretty soon. I'm just going to creep with wolves, though, because it's pretty easy to do. So, that first one goes down. I won't quite get level 2, but I get close with these creeps. Or at least I would have. But then you see, oh, look, there's a huntress. Crap, time to run. So I run. I grab the other grunt, and I just get the heck out of there. I know he can, creep that easily. I don't want to try to do anything random like that, so, I'm just going to keep myself safe. I quickly grab some items, I think. Possibly, maybe not. But anyway, actually, I just get in the burrow mostly. Because, I know I'm not going to fight, or be able to fight off the huntresses right now. Sorry. So I just, get up in the burrow if I can. Unfortunately, I'm not even in range. But, I pull back and try to get it to actually hit his guys. Not happening, but, kind of just focused on the hunt a little bit, trying to deal some damage. Eventually it'll wear down. Right now he's actually going after my Spirit Lodge instead of my grunts, so I'm actually in slightly better shape. Then there's the Wisp of GG, which, it kind of owned my wolves. However, it did hit his Beastmaster also, so I'm not too distraught. Then the TC comes out, because he's not going DH. I have never seen Beastmaster DH, in my life. I've never seen that happen. I don't think it ever will. That's just not a hero build that happens. It's either solo Beastmaster or it's Beastmaster Naga. And so with that, it's okay to use a TC. Otherwise, I feel that Endurance Aura is somewhat overrated. I think that you can go TC when you're against Warden. When you're against DH, you have to go SH. You have to go Shadowhunter, because the TC will not do anything against a DH. And then when it's a small map and you're not able to really creep a lot, then your TC's never going to really level up to some kind of level 2 or 3 aura without fighting. And when you're fighting, you're going to get, mana merge, you're not going to be able to shockwave. It won't really do a whole lot for you. So, the Shadowhunter will actually do more for you in that kind of situation, because you can put down wards. Since they're only 30 mana, it's hard to keep tabs on the mana burn. Mana burn them every 30 mana so that they don't get to cast Serpent Wards, not happening. As opposed to mana burning every 100 mana, which is pretty easy considering it's a strength hero with 14 intel at level 1. Large amounts of intel. So right here, I'm like, crap, he's attacking me already, and so I'm loading up into the burrow. I really want to be able to knock off some damage into these hunts, Now I'm finishing creeping right here, because I really want a level 2 Farseer. I want some Chain Lightning. I'm just going to chill out with some burrows. I get my Spirit Lodge back up, so I'm finally going to get some Shaman. I'm just going to, pop into the burrow, try to deal some damage. You notice I am dealing quite a bit of damage to his forces. Get the Wand of Illusion. I'm eventually going to actually use my army. There we go. I'm going to group up, salve up, and come after him. So I am going to lose the altar, and I'm going to lose the burrow right after because of Huntress bounce. But, I am dealing some pretty good damage. I haven't killed a Huntress yet, I don't think, but, it's dealing some damage at least, which is what I really wanted. I've already forced one out of the fight. That one's really low, so I'm going to be able to Chain Lightning, and down that one goes. So you notice, burrows do pretty well, because suddenly, his hunts have no hit points. Die, noob. So, perfect Shockwave lineup, and then, of course, I screw it up. So, I could have Shockwave for infinite damage, but no. I just have to screw it up. Now right here, I missed Micro because I can run this grunt back, but I thought he was already a lost cause, and right now I'm worrying about my Farseer, but I do get a Shockwave off finally. And I try to get a Purge off on one of the summons, and I don't think I quite got it, unfortunately. But, I'm trying to get rid of the summons with Purge now. I realize that I finally have some mana. There we go, now I could have sent that grunt away, but it gets killed. However, I do believe I just purged a summon right there, as I believe the Shaman, the Shaman now has no mana, so I did get to purge one guy. Get rid of a Quillbeast. Really, it wouldn't have made a big difference in the battle, but it's EXP. The mana regenerates on its own. I might as well get it, because, just maybe he's actually going to be able to send it back, and we'll fight again, and that Quillbeast could come back to haunt me, or it could turn into a tank for creeps, which I don't want. If I can keep somewhat of a pressure up on the Beastmaster, that means he's not going to have any summons to tank for him, so his creeping is going to be really hard, because he's going to have to let his Beastmaster or his Hunts tank. And if the Beastmaster tanks, and he soaks up some Moon Juice, he's going to have to use Moon Juice for both mana and hit points, which soaks up Moon Juice like crazy. As opposed to just hit points, it really runs him out of mana. And so it's something to watch out for, with your Beastmaster. If you don't have any summons to tank for, you're not going to be able to use your Moon Juice very well. That's something that the DH is different, because, the DH, he just has a passive for tanking against creeps pretty much. He doesn't really use spells on creeps. He just kind of sits there, uses evasion, and, does some ownage like that. He doesn't eat up any mana, and so Moonwells will heal 2 hit points per 1 Moon Juice, or 1 mana for 2 points of Moon Juice. So you can see that running low on mana will suck a lot of Moon Juice out of the Moonwells, whereas just hit points really don't do a whole lot. You can full heal a DH with like half a Moonwell. It's really easy. You cannot, however, full heal a Beastmaster with no mana. You'll suck up like 4 Moonwells before you're even full. I see this like lame Thunderhawk thing, so I'm like, okay, get away, so I don't get my clarities canceled. And he runs off, he sees I have Shaman, so he's like, I'm not going to give him free experience. And so I just go and creep. Now he knows where I am. Now I can see his forces right here coming into my main. Now I see that he's against his grunt. He's going to try to surround it. However, I'm like, look, I'm going to dance around to the side so we can never surround it. Because really, even if they're faster, I'm sorry, but it's really easy to just, move off to the side. And unless he has like a million guys, he's never going to be able to actually surround you if you make a concerted effort to stop it. So right here I see all these like archers and crap. I'm like, oh, that's horrible. I send the shaman back for no reason, then realize that he's getting owned and send him back again. No, I've got his archers tanking. And so I'm like, alright, summon wolves and try to focus. And I see this hawk up here, so I'm going to quickly purge it because I really want that guy gone. Now, I don't necessarily need to spend 2 purges, but, as opposed to, refocusing with my Farseer doing all this random crap, I'm just going to make sure that it's gone. Shaman don't exactly do a lot of damage as it is anyway. Might as well just use purge and get it over and done with. So you see the dual purge right there? Instantly removes the hawk factor. And now, unfortunately, even though I've done that, I've still got grunts versus hunts, which is not the best scenario. So now the recharge shaman run to the back, whatever. But you can see that, even though, I'm not doing awesomely great, I've at least, punched through the lines. And look, now he's run out of hunts, and now I can use wolves, and I can use grunts, and I can hit archers. Notice I've killed pretty much all of his archers. And somehow I've managed to punch through the huntresses just because, he didn't have the Beastmaster factor. Now, this is, a bit of the reverse of what I said in the previous commentary where, you're forced to use Shaman. Well, when you use the Shaman, and you use them well, which this guy didn't do in the previous commentary, what Beastmaster didn't do, is now the Beastmaster is nullified. And now there's no DH factor, there's no Warden factor, there's no Keeper of the Hero factor. Now there's no cool bonus anymore. There's no big benefit of, Shadow Strike or FOK or some mana burn or whatever. I've got full use of my heroes, and I just gained free experience by killing his summons. Yes, I have to go Shaman. Yes, that sucks. Yes, I have less damage. It's bad for me. But on the other hand, I do get experience. I do make his hero worthless from doing it. And so as long as I have the Shaman and I have the mana regen, I'm in good shape. And so it's a bit of a balancing act because he can easily own your army, and you can easily own his hero. At least own the effectiveness of his hero. He's still a good tank. He still has good damage. But, there is something you can do to limit his power, and now something I'm doing right here? I've got Fortress. And so what does Fortress do? But gives me Shaman Master Training. Now, the reason I took Fortress when I did is that I was at 50 food, and I had some spare cash. I was like, you know what? Rather than just kind of wait and hoard money and do nothing special, or maybe go up into low upkeep, I'm just going to, get myself some ownage, and, get myself Bloodlust. I mean, not only is it, of course, Bloodlust, but it's also hit points, which is important, and especially the mana pool buff for the Shaman is extremely important, because now I can really purge a lot better, because now, they had 300 max mana, which is, ideally 4 purges, which is really going to be about 2, because they'll have about half mana. But when they go up to a 400 max mana, and they have some more mana regen, that means if he Wisp abuses me, or he does some other random crap, if I have to, chain purge something, the mana's going to come back a lot quicker. And that's going to be extremely important since they don't have Brilliance over it, Human can actually use Initiate, Sorks, and Priest because they have Brilliance to regenerate that mana. Orc doesn't have that luxury, and so by getting them up to master training, you can see that they're in a lot better shape. Now I summon up the wolves. I'm just gonna, get everything melee that I can to tank. Now right here I see he's got a raging Quillbeast. No, good game. This is why I like going for Bear as the Beastmaster, because it's so hard to dispel. You're not gonna get rid of it. It's just not happening. So you know what? I'm like, look, the Beastmaster's sticking out. I'm gonna chain purge. I'm gonna knock it down. Like I realized that, I was really just kind of figuring, what kind of fights I can win, and trying to run him out of mana so that I can pull back some kind of unit advantage. Now right there I missed the boost of speed. I'm retarded. Sorry, I missed that one. I'll get it later. But right there I saw his Beastmaster's in front. I just got rid of his summons. He's in front. Let's go. I've got Bloodlust. I've got Grunts. Let's go. And I realized, I could probably take him out, and I could, and I did. And so I forced not only the healing scroll, but then a TP. So that's, a good 600 gold he just burnt, because I realized that I had Bloodlust and Chain Purge, and I just went after it. Now my Shaman don't have as much mana anymore, but I'm like, look, I just made him spend 600 gold. I'm going to go try to pick another fight. While I'm doing that, I'm also going to expand. Now the reason for the expansion, mostly, I just want to expand because I want the expo, I want the extra money. That's important to me. But also, in the back of my mind, it's, in the back of my mind, I realize it's good timing. Let's pause. Pause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. I'm at 1425. I'm going to explain my expo. Now, expoing is sort of an innate timing kind of thing for me. I don't really think, yes, I just want to fight, let's go expand. I just realize I just want to make sure that I creep my expansion in some reasonable amount of time. I want to make sure that I creep it, sometime this year, so that whenever I need the expo, I can put it up. And then anytime I sort of force a TP or I need it, I can put it up. I'll send the peon over. It's usually when I get closer and closer to the 50 food mark, when I'm going to, be hoarding up money anyway. I might as well have an expansion for when I break the food cap. So, when I approach 50 food and, when I've just... Sorry, yawn. When I've just, forced a TP or, forced some kind of monetary disadvantage for him, that's when you expand, which I've, said a few times, is, that's when you've got an advantage. He's not going to be able to win a fight very easily. I mean, it is possible that he can out-micro you in a fight and force you back to square one. But then you're just unequal level, and you just got a canceled expansion, and you've got a whole bunch of money right there from the canceled expo, good 300 gold. They can go splurge on some units and then go win a fight again and, rinse and repeat till it works. So the expansion is really just kind of a gut feeling that, I need one. I want to get some extra units. Let's get this going on, etc., And now you can see that I have this large, bloodlusted and inner-fired grunt force. So they take 12% extra damage, which is what those dots are really, really good for. He's also got the Raging Quillbeast back there with its very fast, huge damage with splash. And I've got these Shaman chilling out with Bloodlust turned on. Luckily, most of everything I have is actually Bloodlust, so that I don't, run out of mana. We're gonna see how this turns out. So, so that I have enough mana for another Shockwave, enough mana for Chain Lightning. Let's see how this goes. Let's unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. So here we go. Now the lines are buckling. So I do the one purge. I'm trying to get the other Shaman to sit in there, but he won't go. I don't have enough mana really. So, it's another Shockwave goes off, and all those Hunts are just eating it. And I go do a Chain Lightning, and another dot dies. Bloodlust and Grunt really owns dots, however, he also takes a lot of damage. They do manage to kill that one Grunt, but, they come in there, they crash the lines. I kill another talent, and I just get the heck out of there. I realize I just lost all my Grunts. I don't want to lose my Shaman to his summons, so I'm going to get out. Now, whether that was a good fight for me or not, I lost 15 food. I lost 5 Grunts. He lost about the same number in Hunts, plus some Archers and Dots. Also, he might have lost 1 summon. So, I've been forcing constantly, more and more, kills on his guys. When you finally actually get Chain Lightning and Shockwave leveled up, you can actually do a lot of damage to those Huntress lines. And when that's the case, you can finally actually just fight with just Grunts. You don't have to fight with Catapults all the time. When you actually have Bloodlust to give the Grunt some damage output, and when you have actual hero spells for some damage output, then you don't need Catus so much. And when you can knock out the Huntresses, and then you can use a Speed Scroll, and your Grunts can get right into the Archer dot line, and he's going to get owned, because, the Hunts, you know, they tank really well. They have 2 base armor, they have 600 HP, and they actually do a lot of damage. And you add that up with faer fire and the archers, and the reason it works so well is that your grunts die really fast. And you know, even if you dual rax grunts, you probably couldn't outbeat, you know, a huntress build, just because they have so much more damage, and they're really just very resilient to grunts. Now, realizing that I have Bloodlust, I get myself a level 2 attack upgrade. Now I see him creeping out, so of course I'm going to creep jack, and so I send the wolf right into an archer. And of course it dies pretty quickly, but it does eat some, you know, fairy fire and some focus fire and whatnot. So you know, it eats some time. You know, it's just right away I purge out the Quillbeast thing, and he eats a potion kind of thing, I think. And you know, he's got all these weak guys. You know, all of his guys have no hit points. Now, unfortunately, I'm out of mana. This would be like the perfect shockwave right here. It would kill like 3 units. But you know, that's unfortunate for me. But I mean, still, you know, it's daylight. It just started to be daylight. Take off the fog of war. Look at his moonwells. He has 2 moonwells. Sorry, he does. Okay, fine. He has 3 moonwells. So he could heal up his archers, but that's about all he can do. You know, he can't do much except heal up those archers, and then he's stuck for the next, you know, 5 minutes in the game. And so I'm gonna eat through a couple of clarities. You can see I use it on the Farseer and the TC, which gives me the chain lightning, another shockwave, and though it's, you know, only 1 apiece, that's, you know, 130 damage with a shockwave, another 130 damage with the chain lightning. That's a lot of damage, and he really can't do all that much with his moonwells. His moonwells are going to get drained. And now here we go again. I summon the wolves, I move the Farseer back a little bit, and then I refocus again. So right now I actually have Bloodlust turned off until I can purge away. You know, his purge goes off, kill that. I'm sort of waiting for him to summon something. He is focusing fire on that grunt very much. I purge the huntresses so that I can kill them, though. I realize that, you know, he's not summoning anything, so fine. But, you know, there we go, there's a summon, so I'm going to quickly purge that. I've been saving the mana, so that falls instantly. I get more EXP, and he maybe shot 1, you know, lightning bolt at me. Big deal. Again, purge, and down that goes. So I'm like, die with a misspell. So you can see I killed, you know, 2 Quillbeasts and the Hawk. They got 1 shot off apiece. That's what Shaman doing for me. The Beastmaster is just an oversized grunt. That's all he is. And so, you know, the shockwave goes off again, and this archer's just getting mauled, you know, with the 3-2 upgrade grunts. You know, realizing that I have Bloodlust, I'm getting the attack upgrades. Really? Okay. The reason I get the upgrades, and notice again, the chain purge just rules. Okay, the reason that I have the upgrades, I do not have catapults. I need something that can tank and stay in the tanking game. I need something that can deal damage and stay there. So I need super grunts. I need super grunts because I do not have super catapults, you know? I do not have that damage potential of catapults, and so, you know, all of my grunts are doing is aiding my heroes in taking out huntresses. Once I kill the hunts, it's easy to take out archers. But the hunts are the big problem because there's a lot of sort of mini chokes in this map. You can see there's not a lot of room between the trees in any of these spots. There's no wide open point in this map. I mean, even the tavern, you know, makes some kind of a block. You know, there's maybe 2 spots that you can line up 12 units horizontally. That's about all there is. So, I mean, this whole thing is going to be, you know, a pretty limited, a pretty small-sized, you know, a pretty, you know, intense fight because there's going to be about 7 units lined up, and then the back lines. And so, I need the grunts. I need those 7 grunts to be able to keep those hunts at bay. You know, I'm not going to go for catapults because if I ever run out of mana, then they're going to die instantly to the Hawk. Sorry. More yawns of GG. Sorry about that. It is about 3 a.m. So there I turn on the Bloodlust. I have been saving the mana, but I turn on the Bloodlust because I want to get rid of that Ancient of Wind so I can actually get into his base. I turn on the Bloodlust and I'm like, look, let's go. So right here, I'm like, alright, autocast, let's go. But I quickly push that away. Shockwave goes off. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, unfortunately. Chain Lightning goes off, deals quite a lot that time. The level 5 Farseer here with level 3 Chain Lightning owns, just FYI. And then it's like, oh, Purge. And then it's like, then it's like, oh, Detonate. And it's like, oh, his ultimate, okay. So now I'm going to back up. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to hold position. I'm just going to wait for him. I'm going to wait till the ultimate cools off. I'm going to salve up, you know, with my remaining salve, one of the grunts. And I'm just going to wait. Because, like, you know, whatever. I'm going to let my TZ, you know, purge his arm up on the pole axe. You know, whatever. Okay, let's own. Let's go, biatch. And so I have just barely enough mana on my Farseer. You know, this Chain Lightning goes off. Shockwave goes off. And notice all those red huntresses. Another one goes down. TC is very close to level 5. I purge away a summon, and bam, level 5 TC. So I'm like, oh, I don't have enough mana, and I'm starting to lose grunts. But you know, I really don't care. Because I'm like, you know, I've got Bloodlust, let's bring it. Unfortunately, he's got Wisps, so guess what? Oh, no mana, good game. All of my Shaman are without mana now. Which sucks, just sort of FYI. So I'm like, alright, back to square one. You know, he's forced my army down. I need another shaman so that I actually have some mana so I can purge something. You know, yes, I'm moving up to 6 or 7 shaman, whatever. Give myself boot speed on the TC. Level 5 TC, definitely. TC of good game. And now he's up to a whopping 19 intelligence. Let's see, in 4 levels he gained 5 intel. Wow, that guy has so much mana. I have 2 shockwaves, maybe 3 with regen. Big deal. You know, that's why the DH owns him. Look, 1 mana burn would bring him down to 135 mana. Now, unless you shockwave fast, you're going to mana burn again, and now you're worthless. Good job. Your TC is now nothing but an aura bag. Big deal. You know, so I've been able to keep this Farseer safe. This is something that's interesting about the Beastmaster. When you don't put in a Naga, that you have no anti-hero. And so, notice, oh look, units. Okay, guess what? Shockwave, Chain Lightning. Ouch. You know, Purge, and then all his hunts are in the orange or red. And down those 2 go. Beastmaster low, but, you know, I quit the game. Oh, almost killed it. Darn, he saved his Beastmaster by that darn leaving hack. Whatever. But, I mean, you saw that, you know, what's going on in this game. Of course, Beastmaster isn't the best player ever. You probably could have somehow saved some more hunts. But, you know, he is still a pretty good player. He's level 14 or so. This is the new 116 resets, which is pretty well respected. He is a pretty good player. Solo Beastmaster isn't as strong as Beastmaster Naga by far, because there's no anti-hero unless you go bear, and then you know, blink into the Farseer and you desperately try to bash it a couple times. But when you go Quillbeast and Hawk, sorry again, you're just asking to be owned by Shaman, because no matter what level the spell is at, it will die in 2 purges. No matter how much mana you have, the cooldown will mean that I will always be able to purge away those summons. So he never fought me with summons except in the very early game. But that grunt shaman build, you notice that my grunts, they really didn't stand a chance. They did not own. They got noobed. They got noobed horribly. You know, that'll just prove to you that, you know, even without the hero unit, you do need Gruntable to beat hunts and whatnot. Peace out, everyone. Goodbye. D-Boss. Yoda. Yo 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 Yoda. Yoda yo 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 Yoda.
Enough room for my fist because I'm going to rip it in your stomach and break you goddamn spine.
Yoda.
I will break you!
I will break you!
Yoda. Yoda yo 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 Yoda. Yoda yo
Phreak,
yo
you are the
Yoda
Sing now.
yo yo Yoda. Yoda yo
yo yo yo yo yo yo yo yo yo yo yo synchronize, we man, synchronize. It's a team.
Yoda
See, come on.
Yoda. Yoda.
Jackie.
Yoda go.
Jackie.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Yo 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 Jackie.
Yo 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 Yoda. Yo 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 Yoda. Yo 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 Yoda. Yo 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 Yoda.
Yoda yo Yoda. Yoda yo Yoda.
That was so funny.
Yoda.
That was so funny.
Yoda.